4 a.m. is another one I really loved.
Right. Well,
If,
the crazy thing about this song is my I told my nephew to add the song, and how dope he is. I wrote this song to that clock, just that clock. That was it. That was just ticking the whole time. And I wrote it, and we went and put everything around the clock. So if
wow.
you listen to it and hear that clock that's ticking, that's how I made the song based on that clock right there. I said I got a song, and I told him it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and he saw the clock.
Dun, dun. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it
And,
was a,
and
it
I
was
just and I just I just And I just started, I just went on with the clock the whole time. And then he went and put the instruments around it. And at the end, I just put all the vocals and everything. But it started with the clock.
the drum that I think was significant about that track was the drum programming, the bounce.
Right.
Did you
My nephew,
play it?
that's
Oh,
my
oh,
nephew
that was the guy.
programmed that. Now he
Okay.
programmed that. Yeah, he programmed it.
Okay.
He programmed
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
So,
that that
but
that
we
that
both are drummers. So
yeah.
we're both drummers. So at the end of the day, a lot of our tracks are heavy with drums. There's a lot of
Mhm.
rolls, a lot of breaks, a lot of stuff because we're drummers. And he's a great drummer too. So every time you hear anyone on beats, it's always got like kind of rolls and these off
Yeah.
beats and everything. So
Yeah, that was a big one. And then the final one, Temptation. I think the background again, and then we mentioned about the electric guitar at the end as well. Who came up with that track?
well, I came up with the original track. The original track, I wrote this song for Jodeci, right?
Wow.
And yeah, I wrote it for Jodeci, and it just couldn't quite make it on the album. And so, but back then it was all live instruments. I played all live instruments on it. It was just all live when I first did it. It's all live drums, live everything was live. And it didn't make it. And I remember I would just go from time to time listen to the song over the years, and that's why I sound so different from the rest of the songs of Egomaniac because I
Hmm.
wrote it a long, long time ago. And I said, you know what, this will conclude the story to what I'm telling
Hmm.
because it's saying what I need to say after going through this toxic relationship and I can't really walk away from. The perfect song will be this, because it's not what I need or not it's what I want, but not what I need, this relationship, but I can't walk away from it. And I was like, I was going to write another song. I said, nope, I'm going to go back and redo that song I did for Jodeci. And I redid it. So that's how
Wow.
that song came about.
Oh, which album was it
Yeah.
for? Was supposed to be on?
It was actually for, what was it? It was for the last album, Show the
The
After Party
show
in the
left.
Hotel.
Okay.
But it didn't make it. It didn't make it on there. So
Wow.
yeah,
So
that's the story for that song. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I think as I
it didn't
said,
make it.
I can if now you said I picked songs that had the connection from the 90s, which is something that I'm really passionate about. But it and the fact that
All
and I
right,
think one of the things I appreciate for what you're doing is the most you've had is JoJo in Good Times in a video. But
right.
you've not said, okay, and let me get Casey to sing here and let me bring in JoJo so that I can capitalize on that. And I think that's one thing I can appreciate about what you're doing is like, what, I'm with my brothers, we do our shows and stuff like that, but actually let me
Mhm.
continually to showcase my creativity and and be my own and stand on my own. And I think for those of us who are big fans of Mr. Dalvin, we can appreciate that. Was there ever a temptation to say, okay, Casey, why don't you come and sing this temptation so that it would
On the actual demo, it is me and Casey doing a duet on the actual demo. It's
wow.
me and Casey singing it. I mean, it is it's a very powerful song, and it should have won a Jodeci album, and it didn't. But other than that, on my own stuff, I do all my own backgrounds. I do everything on my own. I don't, and the reason it's not that it's done out of hey. I do it because as soon as I put somebody else on my record, it becomes theirs, and it wouldn't
Yeah.
have been done because this person went on it. So I'm like, you know what? You don't like it because I'm on it, then you just don't like it. I really don't
Mm,
care. But at the end of the day, I don't. I feel like my project is my project.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people feel like they need everybody, but I can do everything myself. I do a lot of backgrounds on Jodeci. I do all the backgrounds on my album. I mean, it is what it is. I'm my own artist, and I just want people to understand that. I don't. I love other artists, and I love collaborating. But on Mr. Dalvin project is my
Mm.
project. It's not Mr. Dalvin and friends. It's not Mr. Dalvin and 1,000 other people. It's Mr. Dalvin's album.
Yeah.
So why not give you the album? Michael Jackson. I mean, so heard Paul McCartney, maybe Stevie Wonder on one or two songs. That was it. It wasn't
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and 1,000 other people.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown's album. What was it? Don't Be Cruel. It was Bobby Brown. It was
It's
Bobby
just
Brown in no audition. Or
yeah.
Bobby Brown and Ralph Tresvant. It's Bobby Brown. You know, when he got with New Edition, it was the New Edition. You know, so when I'm on Jodeci, I don't get a Casey and JoJo way. Y'all do, I play my position, and here y'all are, y'all forefront, do what y'all do. You know, but
okay.
my project is me. You know.
Yeah, I think just I know that you've got stuff to do, and I guess the question was the speech. What was the background behind that? It-
That's
Because
actually me talking. That's actually
oh,
me.
I thought it was an audio clip of
Nah, that's me.
somebody from the civil rights movement. Okay,
Well, that's
okay.
it
What did
was
you
meant to
do? How did
sound
you
like
manipulate
that.
your voice? I was like,
Hey man, hey man. I can't tell y'all my secrets, man. But
oh,
yeah, that's me. That's actually me. That's actually me. But it's actually he's at a civil rights moment. That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah. I thought,
But
man,
that's but no, it's funny that you said it because I wanted to sound like that. I wanted to sound old. I want people to try to go. It's if they can find a speech because I wanted people to think it was Martin Luther King or
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
some
yeah,
black activist going on
yeah.
a rant back in the day. But no, it's actually me. So, but
Wow.
that's what I wanted to capture. Like, yeah. So now it's actually just explaining egomaniac. If you hear what I'm saying, is just explaining egomaniac. That's why it says, at the end what I say.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just me explaining the album. That's all.
I have to,
Yeah.
I have to appreciate the fact that this is what Michael used to do. He did his short movies, like Moonwalker and stuff. And the fact that you said, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a story and I'm going to do a concept album. And a lot of us cry out for stuff like that. And when you follow the story, then you listen to the songs afterwards, you can start appreciating that whole journey. And I think that's stuff that,
Mm-hmm.
people have to really appreciate. And I know, many people say, oh, why don't you get so and so singing because they're used to that. But, I always admire the fact that you just start, you show your creativity and, you don't try and listen to what people are saying and stuff. And that's something to be
Nah,
continue to be
nah.
admired.
Right. I mean, and like I said, people are used to what they're used to. It's like hard to say, I like a pair of Nikes and they take the swoosh off of it. Are people won't wear Nikes anymore? A lot of people be mad, but at the end of the day, they're gonna wear, because they're Nike. And it's sometimes people are not used to change. Sometimes people don't like things that's new when they used to things a certain way. And people want to see me where they put me at and keep me there. But that's not where I am. And
Mhm.
people want what they want, how they want it. And they don't want people to step outside of what they think that somebody else should be. I am who I am, and I'm always gonna be who I am. And now I have a chance by my own means to do what I love to do, and I don't have to worry about what anybody say. This
Yeah.
is all me. So it's like they want me. They used to Casey and JoJo voice being on what Jodeci is, but I'm not Jodeci,
Yeah.
and that's when people understand it. I'm not trying to be Jodeci. I'm being who I am in Jodeci, and I think
Mm.
when people understand that concept, then they understand. Okay, let me separate the two.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think it's hard for people to do that. Like, well, I want to sound like Casey. I'm not Casey. I'm not JoJo, so why would I sound like JoJo? I'm me.
Yeah.
Because you never heard me sing a lead song in Jodeci, don't mean I'm supposed to sound like Casey and JoJo. That's them. That's what make Casey, and JoJo. But if you listen to Casey and JoJo, they don't sound like Jodeci.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think people don't wrap their mind around actually what I'm saying until they sit down and be like, you're right. Casey and JoJo don't sound like Jodeci because Dalvin and Devante ain't in Casey and JoJo. So
Yeah.
there's a difference. If you understand why we sound like Jodeci is because the addition to Casey and JoJo is Dalvin and Devante.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
the backgrounds will sound like Casey and JoJo because you have Dalvin and Devante doing backgrounds in Jodeci. Why the vocals sound different because me and Devante are not in Casey and JoJo. So
And we
it's
accept
different.
New
It's for
Edition.
that's
We accept Boys
right,
to Men as BBD and Bobby and Ralph and Johnny. And we accept
right,
that.
right, right,
So you don't listen to a Bobby album and
right,
says, well, where's Ralph and Johnny? You don't do that. So I think
right,
that's
right.
that's
Exactly.
that's still.
Right. So
But speaking of Jodeci, because
it is what it is.
hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
I'm sure. But what was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get
just for me.
No. Okay, you okay?
They don't understand what Jodeci boys are winning all spirits.
Play it.
I mean, I love all different genres.